some, maybe even a political prosecution.
Correct, yes. This all stems from Jerome Powell testifying last June before Congress about the renovations to the Fed building in Washington, D.C. And amidst a long-standing public feud with President Trump over whether or not to lower the interest rates, President Trump would have liked the interest rates lower to stimulate the economy. Jerome Powell had different ideas, and the Fed is supposed to be independent, so there was a long, very public feud. And it was only following that feud and following his testimony to Congress that this probe was initiated. As you mentioned, there was no wrongdoing found, no criminal conduct as related to him. The probe is dropped for now. It can't be reopened at any time, but I read that as sort of, an open door just in case language, but not anything definitive.
And it seems as though there's also a differentiation in the definition of going over budget, because the Trump administration seems to think that the renovations has gone over budget, except we had seen even the former or the current chair personally with Donald Trump next to him say, wait, that's not the case.
Correct, yes. And it would be very hard to make a case against Jerome Powell because the renovations went over budget. We are talking about very significant budget overruns into the tune of billions of dollars. So I think there's something there, and I think the effort is to be applauded. That listen, government, just because you go over budget doesn't mean you have free license to do so. Everybody needs to be responsible for the American taxpayers. So I don't think that it was wrong. The core idea here of holding people accountable is not wrong. It's just that there is no criminal intent and no criminal wrongdoing found. And so the Justice Department is dropping their probe.
So it would make more sense, based on what you're saying and what this evidence would be of the overrunning of budget, for an inspector general, a third party, if you will, watchdog here, to look into the matter rather than to criminally charge, given the fact that, could you really even say this was criminal?
I mean, you could, unfortunately. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I see the system turned against ordinary law-abiding, good Americans every day, just because we have so many laws and so many regulations. And if somebody has it out for you, there's enough there to do that. That's just personally what I see. So I do think that if they really wanted to push it, they could make it. They could form criminal charges. I don't think ultimately that it would be successful. And I think it would be very much criticized, and justifiably so, within the context of this political feud between Jerome Powell and President Trump. That, look, you can't target your political opponents because this situation was ripe for that criticism.
All right, we'll see. That term ends in May, and it seems as though Kevin Warsh has been the pick there for the president. Jerome Powell saying he'll stay on unless someone's named or confirmed. So we'll see how that process plays out in the next month or so. Joseph, we always appreciate it. Good to see you. Happy weekend.
Thank you. Take care. Happy Friday.
Let's move on to topic number 3 here. As at Tyson's office complex.